Well, it's noontime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. The team is ready to serve you a huge portion of fun for lunch. So let's break open the lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought, take a seat in the Brooklyn Cafe, and get ready to enjoy the humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of feel-good and happy soup to help your day go by easier and enjoy your break with others around you. Your hosts, Don and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or dream making. It's the feel-good food you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. If you have a story to share, anything that happened at work or play, a movie review, a restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll-free 1-800-889-0267 right now. So sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe and let Dawn and Freddy S. get your happy juices flowing.
Thursday, we are on.
Is that Looney Tunes?
No, it's top hat, white tie, and tails.
I can absolutely see cartoon characters dancing around to that.
Oh, totally.
Either Looney Tunes or Mickey Mouse in a top hat or something.
Especially Bugs Bunny.
There you go.
and you're talking about, I'm a nerd here. You're talking about the Leon Schlesinger Bugs Bunnies. So you're right on. You're right on the money.
Am I right there?
Yes.
There you go. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, South Florida. That's the way you start a show.
How? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, South Florida. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe.
There you go.
That's how you start.
Well, I leave the start to you.
Welcome to New York City, Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, LA, San Francisco. And we're not going to do San Antonio.
I'm going to Hawaii. You are welcome to join me on my ride, but I'm going to Hawaii with our executive producer and his fiancée.
You guys are a total mess to that. I have no idea what that's
about. We are going to Hawaii. We're going to have some fun. We're going to keep growing and getting bigger.
So you're going to Hawaii?
Don't you think I could just put like a really pretty floral lei on with what I'm wearing and go?
And nothing else.
You're going to Hawaii?
And nothing else. I am good to go right now. I've got my shoes. I've got my wand. I got my ducks in a row, and we go.
You're going to Hawaii?
I'm going. You want to come?
No, I don't want to go to Hawaii.
Linda's going to say good afternoon if you don't come.
I'll say it from here. I'll Skype in.
You'll Skype in. Beautiful.
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
I have never been.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Of course,
I've been to Hawaii.
Of course he has.
Of course he's been everywhere.
I went for my 13, 14, something like that.
And you owned a shopping mall there, and you lived in a volcano. You've done it all.
I went to Black Sand Beach, yes I have. I went to a volcano, yes I have.
And you owned a shopping mall.
I saw the lava going into the ocean.
Okay.
The lava.
Are we live streaming?
Yes, we are.
We are live streaming on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe.
Are you asking me?
The Brooklyn Cafe.
She's asking you.
Yeah, my son doesn't know the word the.
Well, that's because he grew up in your house.
That's right.
So I don't know if you know the word the. It's the, or in your world it's duh. We're also live streaming at AMP2 TV Productions on Facebook. AMP2 TV Productions.
Okay. We
are on Periscope at AMP2 TV, and send us a message on Twitter or Instagram, # the Brooklyn Cafe. How about that?
That's
lovely. Great.
And we grow and we go.
We grow and we go.
I just want you to know the Duck Derby is Saturday, April 25th. DuckFestDerby.org.
2 days.
And I did buy my ducks today. I have all my ducks in a row. I bought $50 worth of ducks.
Now, wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. When you buy the ducks, how do you know those ducks are yours? There's 30,000
I think they number them. There are only 2,600 ducks left. They are
Wait a minute. What do you mean you think? Did they give you numbers?
No.
So how do you know which one is yours?
I trust. I have faith and trust in God and Nate Osgood and Kids in Distress that they will do the appropriate thing.
There you go.
Okay.
So I bought $50 worth of ducks, and that means I got 11 ducks because they're celebrating their 11th anniversary of Kids in Distress, so I got a duck for free.
Wow.
What are you going to do if you win the 10 lunch?
Apparently,
She's
you told
going
me
to
I have
Hawaii.
to give it all back.
No, she's going to Hawaii.
Can I
No,
go to
I
Hawaii
gotta-
and then give the rest back?
I got a text from Doc. He told me, shut your mouth. He says, who made you boys?
I will give part of the proceeds back, of course, to the kids.
Part?
Always. Don't I give everything back to the kids?
Part of the proceeds?
Well, can't I go to Hawaii?
Let her go to
You
Hawaii.
can take the money and run.
Can I take some money, go to Hawaii, and then
Yes,
give
you
the rest back to the kids?
There you go.
Absolutely. Is there any particular place in Hawaii you want to go to?
Maybe
Oahu.
I'll go to Greece. I've never been there either.
That's in Hawaii.
Greece
You know,
is
with
not
my
Hawaii.
geographic skills, they could very well be in the same location.
I went there for my honeymoon.
Of course you did.
I went to Athens, Greece.
And
I
you
met,
wouldn't have heard of
what's the
of
name
goats.
of the guy who sings?
Yes, Bob Dylan.
Bob
I've
Dylan.
never been there either.
Don't
I
you
went there
remember the
doing
Bob
the Bob
Dylan-
Dylan concert.
Do you remember the Bob
Dylan
Dylan-
concert?
Dylan Whelan?
Did you remember the Bob Dylan story of he was offered backstage passes and
Yep.
tickets, and he
Yep.
didn't know who Bob Dylan was?
I did not.
And his handler said, "Yoink, you are not getting these tickets."
They took away the tickets. Didn't let me go to the concert.
Oh,
You
that
do
was
not
your
deserve-
story.
Yes, that was his story.
True story. I
So-
stayed in Antes right in front of that. What's the name of that thing that Napoleon blew up?
Dynamite?
No, the
Parthenon.
there you
Parthenon.
go. See,
Parthenon, there you
educated
go.
people in the studio.
Educate. I'm thinking Napoleon Dynamite. That goes back to Connecticut's.
What is she talking about?
It's a movie.
It's a
Okay.
movie. Yes.
What you do when you bought these ducks? You drank
So
duck
I
juice?
bought ducks for me, and would you like? I was going to buy ducks for you for your birthday as well.
No, it's okay. I will get my own ducks. Thank you very much, but I have to give you an applause.
Thank you. But I did. I went on. I bought it under Nate Osgood. You can go in. You can find the person you want to buy him under. So I did buy him on Nate's team. We were going to have an AMP2 team, but you decided to get sick and go in the
Oh,
Well,
hospital.
that's
true.
right. I purposely got
So
sick not to
instead of
do
having
the
an
duck
AMP2
derby.
team, I did want to support Nate in the Duck Fest Derby. So go to duckfestderby.org. You can buy a duck for $5. The ducks are released into the New River on Saturday, March 25th. It is a free event at Esplanade Park in Fort Lauderdale from 12 to 3.
I got a question.
Yes.
Is it called the New River?
It is the New
Yes,
River.
it's the New River in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh,
What did it replace? The old river?
The old river. It's the New River.
Where is the New River located?
In the
It's
New River.
Near Las Olas.
Yes.
And the
Is
Broward
Is that a
Center
real
Performing
river?
Arts.
Yes.
New River is
It's called
really
the
a
New
new river?
River.
You can take a
I did not
taxi,
know.
a water
I
taxi.
thought she was
there.
making that up.
No, it is
No.
called the New River.
Did you know that?
Yes.
You know a lot of stuff.
So do you.
I don't know nothing.
Well, you've just done it all.
No, well, I visit.
All right,
places.
I have some happy news for everybody.
Oh,
Yay.
My
breaking
magic
news.
wand is spreading.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Yesterday,
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
JJ, Desula Janot, and Tracy Grossman from the ADL were on Rabbi Jenny's show.
Wow.
And JJ has been nominated for the Pathfinders Award in Broward County for community service.
She's going to get a Pulitzer.
She is such an unbelievable, I can't even say child, young woman. So she invited us to go.
When is it?
Aw, she's amazing.
May 17th at the Kravis Center.
Oh, we
so
have
she
to-
said, I
we have
hope
to take a
she goes, Miss Dawn, I
contingency."
hope you and Mr. Freddy will come as my guests and
Yeah,
see.
we have to sort of take a contingency with us, a whole group of people.
So,
We'll take
and I
everybody.
know Amanda's going to go from ADL, and she says, I don't know if I'm going to win. She said, but all the judges were crying. I get goosebumps. All the judges were crying when I told them my story.
Yeah,
Wow.
what do you think? And
You
she had
think?
everybody in the church crying when I.
And then I asked her if and when they had received their banner, their ADL No Place for Hate banner at Atlantic, because I spoke with Amanda the other
you
night
get
at ADL Connections, and Amanda was going to let us know. They were 3 activities away from receiving their second banner. So after spring break, which they come back next week, they're doing their last activity, so they will be eligible to receive their banner. And I also said we will cover the event.
Of course she's.
So
I
May
did not
Anytime she
ask
gives me
you.
the fingers.
And I
And-
did not ask you, but
And that's a double header.
I
with 2
know
fingers.
that out of the goodness of your heart and AM2 TV Productions, we will cover
I got nothing to
cover
do
them
with that.
receiving their
Not a problem.
No
May
Place for Hate
17th.
banner.
is a Wednesday.
Yeah, so it's a Wednesday evening at Kravis Center. And the ones that win, there's all different levels of winning.
Uh-huh.
Then it goes into like a whole bigger, large pool where you can even win another $4,000. And she's up
Wow.
for the George Snow Scholarship, which is $100,000, which I think she'll be finding out about next month.
I'm bringing my agent paperwork.
Right?
This
Sign
child
her up
needs an
right now.
agent.
This child does need an agent.
Didn't she just talk in front of 2,000 people up in Boston?
She's going Wednesday.
Oh.
She is leaving next Wednesday. She'll be back the following Sunday to talk. Actually, she's going Wednesday to Thursday. They're flying her up to talk to 2,000 kids about her story.
She's going to get a
Unbelievable.
Kennedy Center Award.
And her story, and I asked her yesterday, and next time she comes, I'm going to have to let her share. I said, what was the one thing that changed your life that you said, you know what, I'm going to make a difference?
That's right.
And she told me her story, and I'm sitting there crying in the car driving her home, and I can't even reveal it. She has to reveal it to you because what she went, where she came from to where she is now, she has to share that story. But I had never heard that part of the story before.
Well, you know, I was lucky enough. I was sitting here producing that show. We did it remotely, and Dawn was kind enough to go and set the cameras and stuff.
Oh, Rabbi Jenny.
Yes.
Yeah, Rabbi Jenny and Bree. I'm Italian.
I'm gonna tell you.
Did you hear what they did to me last night?
No.
Yes, and my tears continued in the car.
So Bree has a show right after Rabbi Johnny.
Right, I
after
listen to it while I'm here.
Connections.
It's called Connections by Aria.
I get to hear it while I'm here because I'm
Oh
connected.
yeah, because you're getting the
So
feel.
Bree Gordon is a music therapist,
Yeah.
and she works with Alzheimer's. She works with children about really connecting to music from all different levels.
Yes. And she comes out with a surprise. She actually dedicated.
So in the lobby, she says to me between shows, "How's Freddy doing?" And I said, "He's doing better. He's on the mend." She said, "I would like to sing him a song, a special song. Do you think he would like it?" And I said, "Absolutely." She said, "I'm going to sing him a special Beatles song."
Yeah, and she knows that I'm a sucker for Beatles.
And she told me what it was, and I went, "Oh my gosh!" So here I
heard
am.
that.
Here I am driving JJ home, Bree singing this Beatles song, JJ singing. Everyone's not a dry eye anywhere. She's telling me her story. She's singing. I'm crying. I know he's being touched by Bree. I'm thinking,
Giovanni
oh
was
my
in here.
goodness.
And he looks at me. He says, "Is she dedicating that to you?" I said, "Yeah." And it was Let It Be.
Yeah, I
tell you.
heard her play that, but I didn't realize. I didn't hear the
That's-
intro.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I thought,
She's
man,
done that to me now twice. When we did the Maggiano's piece,
Yes.
she was so grateful for the opportunity. I think the Bree should be on a cover.
yes.
She's that good. Seriously.
We need to connect Bree to these ladies once we introduce them.
Oh,
They'll
absolutely.
Everyone will understand why I need to connect you guys.
But everything she touches is magnifique. And at Maggiano's, she made a song about me. She made fun of a little bit about me, and then she ended it on a serious
But your
note.
Rogaine, yeah, she did.
But she did. But and she, I mean, she's a lovely person. She's the number 2 show on the network right now.
Wow.
In terms of numbers, I can't believe she reaches large audiences and demographics.
All
'cause
of your
what she
hosts,
does.
it just goes to show you. All of the hard work and hours you never think that you're unappreciated, you are so appreciated and so missed.
So missed.
All of your hosts have asked for you.
Well, I
for
wish
many,
that
many days and
what
weeks.
my current dream, I always wanted to do more television, and some of the shows that we're doing right now are prime time. They're ready to be displayed. Are there going to be bumps and bruises? Absolutely, but the talent pool is unbelievable.
Let's go.
I'm meeting with Alan Peters on Friday because the music aspect of what's going on
I was
right
going
now
to
is
ask
changing.
you, we're due for another music session.
Yeah, we had that whole week of music. We should do something
We're
like
due
that
to
again.
bring all of our guests back on.
And find out what's going on for 217. We haven't asked.
Jesse and everyone, Kendra.
I think Jesse is in California.
Gotta
cutting
bring them all
another
back.
record.
You ready, Carol? Do another music segment?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's do.
Although
Excellent.
Now I
All
have
right,
a 1
so
o'clock
moving on to
show.
Modern Miracles.
Although I have a 1 o'clock show, so I really can't go there.
Can't go where?
to Maggiano's to hang with you because now I have a show right after you guys on Mondays.
You're working hard.
I am, or hardly working.
We can call Dr. Ihorn.
He is the master of the sound effect board.
Yes, he is.
But you know what? He gave you full credit for that. He said, "Does Carol still do all the sound effects?" And Freddie says, "Absolutely." He says, "You think I can do what she does?" He goes, "I don't know. Give it a
You got
try."
horses and trains and planes in there, you know.
I do. But
Why don't
then,
you play 'em?
that all
Whenever
changed.
Dawn opens her mouth, play a horse or a train.
So
You know
not
what happened the
appropriate.
last time I threw the duck at you?
So
What's
not
that?
appropriate, but
He covers his coffee.
She hit me with a
The other day, he said something like that, and I took the duck and I went whoop, and
You want to introduce
I hit
our-
his coffee
you-
everywhere.
Yeah, I wore it.
You wore his coffee for the rest of the
I have
day.
a question. Wait, I have a question. Sarah said that do you still want her to call?
Yeah, absolutely. Sarah Spiritual we did a show with her yesterday. We did something different. In all my years of doing this, I actually answered questions from Facebook. So if you don't want to call in the 800-889-0267 number, and you want to express questions on what we're about to talk about, you can go to AMP2 TV
Productions on
Productions
Facebook.
and ask your questions there, and we will answer them. She had over 55 people.
I heard Sarah last night. She's talking about setting boundaries and defining what you want, and I thought, holy smokes, is she talking to everybody?
It was unreal.
I know.
But the thing that was even more unreal was I was in the midst of writing and talking and producing, and I'm like, and she just on the phone, and then went to Facebook, and then on the phone, and then went to Facebook. She must have covered 20 or 30 readings.
At least.
Really?
Least. It was,
At least.
It was nuts.
Wow.
It was.
But
So
she
Sarah,
has
if you're listening, give us a call or send us a message on Facebook.
either or, she has an event coming up, and I told her, let the world know what's happening.
800-889-0267.
All right. I got my new phone and it's very slippery.
Is it working for you?
I don't know.
You
New
do not
phone
under-
is slippery.
It's slippery because here's his brand new phone, and guess what?
I don't know how to use
There
it.
is no case on it,
There isn't.
You're
which
asking
would
for
be
it.
would be why it's a little slippery.
Yes.
You need
It's a
an
little
otter.
slippery because it's.
You need an otter box.
Yeah. Order
Needs
this.
an
All right.
otter.
Let's move on.
We have two very special guests
Two
in
special
the house.
guests in the house.
We have Eileen
Take
Tollefson
off your-
and Patricia
Take
Waldron.
off your guest passes. You don't need that. Yeah, let's get rid of
You're
that.
no longer a guest. You now have a home.
Yeah. Now you're just one of us. I
You
know.
are family.
All right. Introduce again, huh?
We have Eileen Tollefson, who is Amber's mom from Flamingo House.
The flamingo.
The Flamingos. We just call them the Flamingos. I love your daughter. She is so kind and gracious always. She texted me today. Happy birthday. It's been a birthday month.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. She's so sweet. Her birthday was on Tuesday.
Right.
And we have Pat Waldron.
Wondering.
And Pat is Amber's godmother. So it's one big happy family in the Brooklyn Cafe today. Welcome, ladies. You are with Active Healthcare.
Solutions.
Active Healthcare Solutions, which is, you do not do therapy. You are more of a patient advocacy group.
That is correct.
So tell us about what you do. We just need you to talk into the mic, Eileen, instead of me. You can move the mic closer to you.
Yeah,
If you want to see me, you don't
just
have
grab
to.
it right here, Annie, so we don't get feedback.
You can talk to Freddy or me. Just move
Doesn't
the mic.
matter. We'll hear you. We'll hear you.
Tell us
Okay.
about Active Healthcare Solutions.
Well, Active Healthcare Solutions is a firm that was built out of passion.
Just get you closer to the mic, Pat.
It's closer.
You can move the mic to you.
You can move it closer to you.
And there you go.
A company that was founded on passion, experience, things that we saw in our long nursing careers, and we decided to do something about it. And we went and got additional education and certifications, and we became certified care managers. We are registered nurses to start with, and we opened up our business almost 4 years ago.
So they're registered nurses, Freddie. So they have many, many credentials. You guys have worked in the area for many years with many patients, and you saw a need, especially in South Florida. And there is a great need for patient advocacy.
Absolutely. We had many years' experience with home health. So our clientele were all seniors, and we managed home health companies. We traveled around the country and started home health for large senior communities. And we just felt that there was a need for the personal connection that was not there. And so we learned all about care management, and it's a fairly new occupation. And many, many people don't know that there is such a program as care management. And so we filled the need as the local daughters. We consider ourselves as the local daughters because many of our clients have children who live up north, live out west. And the children had been trying to manage their parents' care by flying back and forth and dealing with critical emergencies. And it just got to the point where they were not able to live their lives because they were spending so much time with mom and dad. So we step in and, again, become like the local daughters. We do whatever a family member would do. We treat all our clients like our parents. And it's not really a job to us. It's a passion, it's a calling, it's a blessing.
I actually met a woman the other night, and I said to her, "What do you do?" And she said, "I take care of my father full time. He has Alzheimer's, and she's background in healthcare and social work, and she said, I need to really break into this as a field in consulting because I have learned so much doing what I'm doing that it's so important to be your patient advocate, your family's advocate, but it is a full-time job."
Absolutely.
And then some.
And she's got little kids, and this is her full-time job, is taking care of her dad. So she can't even work because this is what she's doing.
And
But
they,
there's a lot of questions that I have in terms of people that are out of Florida and they send their parents down here and they need help. That's what I want to touch on. But why don't we,
Have a quick call with Sarah.
Sarah, you there?
I am here. Good
How
afternoon.
are you, Sarah?
How is
Good
Tell us-
afternoon, Spiritual.
Send us the invitation to your lovely event a week from this Saturday.
Yes, I'd love to. I'm going to be at the New Life Expo, and that is at the West Palm Beach County Convention Center. It's going to be the Saturday, April 1st and April 2nd, and It is an all-day event. It is filled with spiritual leaders and mentors and healers. There will be continual classes, learning, opportunities to work with different products, and I'll be there all day from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. both Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to be teaching as well. I'll be teaching the flow of money and prosperity, and I'm also going to be teaching a class about how to stay centered in our soul and understand our purpose and our mission in life. And, of course, I'll be doing mini sessions, so people will have an opportunity to sit with me for about 15 minutes, and we'll take a look and see what Spirit has for them in the future. I'm excited to be a part of the New Life Expo. I've been doing this with them for years, and it's always a fabulous event.
So
Excellent.
Saturday, April 1st at the West Palm Beach Convention Center.
Correct.
At the Palm Beach Convention Center, I should say, because when I did the Stem Cell
Correct.
Summit, they kept saying it is not West Palm, it is in West Palm Beach, but it is the Palm Beach County Convention Center.
And they put the new garage up, by the way. All right, Sarah, next week you're going to call us again and give us a reminder. Good show last night.
Absolutely.
Thank you for calling in and letting us know.
Thanks,
All
Sarah.
right. Thank you so much, everyone. Much love to you.
Have a good one.
A good one.
You too.
Yeah, they
Bye.
built the garage. It's
They
a
built
problem.
the garage. They
Remember the
needed-
garage they were
yes.
building? It makes a noise.
The garage makes a noise?
And they put a complaint in.
What do you mean the garage makes a noise?
It makes this whistling noise. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Maybe
Have you heard about
Spirit-
Saw
that?
it on TV.
Maybe
yeah.
Spirit is there.
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to go find out.
We may be doing
No, we are.
on April 1st. No, I think we may be doing with Joe Krieger.
Oh, well, let's see. Well,
Let's see, Joe
Well, he's
Krieger.
going to be in Miami, and we can do
Joe
both.
Krieger, if you're in Miami or if you're watching us right now, which I know you are, give us a call at 800-889-0267. We either deal with spirit or we deal with regenerative
Well,
medicine and
Spirit
biologics.
could be Sunday, so
There you
I
go.
think Joe's doing one day. But anyway,
Busy weekend coming up.
yeah, I want to get back to
What's
Our-
happening
our
with
guests.
our guests?
And I wanted to ask, one of the things that people do is they send their parents to come retire down here in Florida because the weather is so beautiful. Up there is -4 and down here it's 80.
It is sunny outside.
Oh, God. But that,
Actually, it is not sunny outside.
but that isn't always in the best interest of the parents because a lot of stuff happens when they're down here. Case in point, when my parents were down here, my father went to Boca Regional because he had a stomachache. 6 days later, after they omitted him because he had blood clots in both his
They
lungs,
admitted him.
admitted
They
him.
didn't omit him.
They almost did both.
Well, what's with the Santori men in Boca Regional? They admit you, but they don't omit you.
And you
which
go.
is good.
That's why we don't go to the hospital because they don't let us go.
But I committed the same mistake. I said interned you the other day. You don't say interned, right? That's not interred. I think it was. It was interred.
It don't make sense.
And I
Don't
said
worry.
no. I said the wrong word. I'm so
Don't
As
sorry.
long as you're admitted and not omitted, we keep going.
I give you
Omitted.
submitted. I was submitted. But anyway.
Have a duck.
Stop
no.
because those things hurt. Okay, but the bottom line here is that it's not always in the senior's favor. So this is something that you work with, yes?
Absolutely. And again, being registered nurses, we have the step up in collaborating with the hospitals, with the doctors, with the nurses.
You know what's going on.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you something. It's amazing. You know who runs the hospital? It's not the doctor.
It's the insurance
nurses.
companies.
It's not even them. It's the
The
nurses.
nurses.
Yes.
Danielle in ICU in Boca Regional, shout out to her. That woman was incredible.
That woman took amazing care of you.
Amazing.
She even had a hotline to the cafeteria. What do you want to eat today? She goes, what do
She
you want to
changed
eat?
my order midstream. No, he doesn't want that. He wants this, and they brought it. I was like, "Who are you?"
She's an
And
angel.
upstairs on the 8th floor, Marisol, another one. I mean, you nurses are the key to everything. You know what the patient feels. They're 24, and they shift at 3:00 in the morning. Did I ever tell you that? They shift,
Probably not at
At
3.
3 in
It
the
just
morning.
seems like 3 to you.
and they come and they say, "Hi, how are you?" I said,
I was sleeping.
I'm okay. It's a little dark in here, but it was like nothing to them. And the vampires come out at 3:00 in the morning.
They suck your blood.
Unreal. But nurses are really in touch. You guys actually tell the doctors, "Listen, this is what we see." This is
I'm glad you brought that point up, Fred, because I don't think that a lot of consumers understand that care management services in the state of Florida are not mandated by licensure with the state of Florida. So therefore, you have just everyday people that say, gee, I think this is a good idea. They have no credentials. They're not nurses. They're not social workers. They're certainly not certified care managers. And they're hanging shingles and trying to do this business. And this business is very complex, very, very important to the consumer,
Absolutely.
the client, and the family.
And unfortunately, I had to learn that the hard way. But I do see the difference. I see how nurses around the client. I was right in front of the nurses station at ICU. So I had nurses around me all the time, doctors, nurses, but it was the nurses that took care of me.
But what these ladies do is they have all their credentials as nurses, but now they're patient advocates.
What's
and they
even more
bring
important?
Exactly. They bring the wholeness of the patient and the families together.
Exactly.
So if you couldn't get to take care, if you weren't here and your parents were and your sister needed care for your parents, you could call them and say, you know what, I got to work. I can't be there. My parents need help. So what would you do?
Well, one of the services which we feel is, incredibly important is going with our clients to the doctors. Because what we have found and what we've heard from families is their parents go to the doctor and the doctor walks in and he says, "Hi, Mrs. Smith, how you feeling today?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm fine." Okay? Not understanding that she
they're
was
not.
having trouble with blood pressure, that she was feeling faint and dizzy the day before. And so the doctor essentially says, "Oh, that's wonderful," and he's already on to the next patient. Okay, so when we go with our clients, we have a list of things that need to be addressed. Medications, we go over each and every one of the medications, making sure that the doctor's on the same page with us and vice versa. And then we go through what's been going on with our clients. And it's amazing because the doctors, they will sit with us for a half hour, sometimes 45 minutes, talking about the client. And the family will go, "I've never seen him do that before." But they understand the importance of us being there, the value of us being there. So that's where, we understand the critical importance of being with our seniors when they're going to visit the doctor to get the maximum value out of that visit.
That's the importance of you both being registered nurses, is because you have the experience in the background. So you say they're on these 10 medications, and this doctor comes in and says, "Oh, you're having a symptom, here's another one," and you go, "Wait a second.
Right.
There could be contraindications to this one, and these are the medication lists." But if you weren't with them, they walk in with nothing.
Well, also, Dawn, they're seeing so many doctors today. The primary care doctor, the heart specialist, the kidney man, the podiatrist, all of them take
There's
the
no oversight,
prescription
right?
pad out, and there's very little oversight by these physicians.
Well, there's not one managing physician. And that's what makes
should be
it so
the
hard.
primary care.
It should be.
Yeah.
And in all intents and purposes, they want it to be. The primary care doctor is there for that. But if your patient doesn't say, "I just went to the cardiologist or the endocrinologist or this one," your primary care has no idea you're on these other medications.
Correct.
There really needs to be a
There's
database of everything.
There's another thing I want to point out. You ladies have been doing this how many years? Long time, yeah? Long time.
A few.
I
All right, so-
started my career at the 9th floor at Boca Regional Hospital.
Well, there you
Wow.
go.
Many years
Yeah,
ago.
that's my alma mater. But the bottom line is that you've been here a long time. You know most of the doctors, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, exactly.
So do you know how far that trust factor goes? That a doctor sees him and says, "Oh, I know you," and she says, "Doc, you're missing this. Let me explain." Forget about it. That's the difference between night and day.
It's the trust.
That's the trust. You can't buy that.
It's the
Absolutely.
trust.
I had a situation the other day with many of our seniors have some sort of mental illness. Many of them are depressed, and some of them are going to psychiatrists for treatment. And the other day I called a psychiatrist's office to discuss a adverse reaction to a new medication. And the staff person said, "Well, he'll have to call you back." But when he heard my name, he immediately got on the phone. He said, "I always will talk to you because I know you have my patient's interest to heart." And he immediately got on the phone with me. We discussed the situation, and it was resolved, So it was so good to see that physicians actually appreciate our collaboration between them and their clients.
And they trust you. All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to segue right into the mental health and Rails Jewish Family Services and talk about more trust. Give us a call at 800-889-0267. We'll be right back.
From simple sprains to highly complex surgeries, the Orthopedic Center of Palm Beach County has been serving the South Florida community for over 65 years with the finest orthopedic and pediatric care. Our physicians are each experts in their field, providing a complete spectrum of musculoskeletal care from prevention and diagnosis to treatment and rehabilitation for every part of the body in both children and adults. Our doctors are able to perform the most advanced treatment options available, including PRP therapy, stem cell, arthroscopic surgery, and microsurgery. At the Orthopedic Center of Palm Beach County, we are dedicated to providing a comprehensive solution to get you back to your routine as quickly as possible, in the shortest period of time, with the least amount of inconvenience. With 3 beautiful new offices located in Lake Worth, Boynton Beach, and Wellington, we are able to provide much-needed care to families in the South Florida area. Give us a call at 561-967-6500. From our experienced physicians to the most advanced treatment options to our state-of-the-art facilities and excellent support staff, the Orthopedic Center of Palm Beach County is committed to providing you with the very best care. Call us at 561-967-6500 or find us at www.ocpbc.com.
Know your body, gain control of your health, transform your life. If your body could talk, what would it tell you? At DexaFit, they show you how to take control of your health and fitness to live a happier, more fulfilling life. Since 2011, DexaFit has measured thousands of clients' body composition and fitness performance levels across the country. Hormones, metabolic health, and cardio fitness all play a significant role in your energy levels, your sleep quality, and overall well-being. With their proven methods of measure, track, and discover, they show you how your body composition, cardio fitness, and metabolic health compare to your optimal level. They make sure you're continuing to make progress and follow the best nutrition and fitness plans for your body type. At DexaFit, the goal is to help you identify and understand the health and fitness of how to transform your body to meet your individual goals, break through your plateaus, and take the guesswork out. Improve your energy level, sleep, and weight. Discover what's holding you back. Call 561-923-8833. DexaFit is conveniently located at 2499 Glades Road in Boca Raton. For more information, contact them at boca@dexafit.com or schedule an appointment online at dexafit.com. Identify your health risks and optimize longevity and fitness. Call 561-923-8833 and mention this ad for special pricing. For over 35 years, Ruth and Norman Rails Jewish Family Services has been serving residents of Boca Raton, Delray Beach, and Highland Beach through their comprehensive range of programs and services for people of all ages and beliefs. Whether you need help with food, financial assistance, senior services for yourself or a loved one, affordable counseling and mental health service, career and employment services, or their Center for Families and Children, JFS is here for you. Please call JFS at 561-852-3333 or railsjfs.org. Call 561-852-3333. The Custom Fitness Institute is a private fitness studio offering personal training and partner training programs to fit your schedule. CFI has created a premium workout environment fit for every fitness level. From beginners to competitive athletes, their welcoming facility and certified fitness professionals are there to design a custom program to help you achieve your goals efficiently, safely, and effectively. CFI also offers nutritional evaluations, physical assessments, and movement assessments. Give them a call today to schedule your free consultation. 954-999-8458. The Custom Fitness Institute can help you get your health and fitness journey started or bring your current fitness level to new heights. Call the Custom Fitness Institute today. 954-999-8458. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 1-800-889-0267, toll free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 1-800-889-0267. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now back to Dawn and Freddy S.
And we're back. The Brooklyn Cafe doors are open. Welcome back. Give us a call, 800-889-0267. We are live streaming on Facebook at AMP2 TV Productions. We are also live streaming at the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook. Send us a message. We'll answer your questions. You can find us on Periscope at AMP2 TV and also on Twitter and Instagram, hashtag the Brooklyn Cafe.
Boy, that's pretty good.
And
You
we're
practice this?
actually on radio.
Yeah, we are.
We're
we do that
actually
too.
on 1230 AM WBZT.
Yeah, so we're going to be expanding some radio coverage for news is coming next week. We'll let you guys in on a little secret. But I want to touch real quick before we run out of time because we always get all over the place.
But we were talking about mental health, and I just wanted to let the ladies know that Rails
Yes.
Jewish Family Services is offering a free program Monday, March 27th and Tuesday, March 28th for training for helping to identify mental health issues with people that you know in your community, your loved ones, your friends, your family, just to help identify what it is to look for. And that is at the Weissman Center from 1 to 5. So call Rails Jewish Family Services. It is a free training. They will give you in contact with all the resources. It is not to teach you how to take care of it, but to how to help you identify and see what is going on in the community and with your family.
Much needed.
So contact Rails Jewish Family Services, 561-852-3333. It is a free training event and is welcome to everyone over the age of 18.
Take advantage, take advantage.
So that leads us back to the mental health component that so many of your patients are dealing with, and
Right.
and depression and anxiety. And you don't even realize it, so what do? You get another pill.
Right, absolutely. I have a cute story to share, I think, with your listeners regarding mental health. We received a case, actually it was through the Department of Children and Family Services of the state of Florida. And it was a elderly woman living in her home, and she was, again, having difficulty with psychosis and paranoia. And she would chase the aides out of the home every morning at 10 o'clock, chasing them out with her cane. And so the daughter lived out west. She called us and said, you know, this is a crisis. I don't know what to do. I have no family in the area. And so basically we went in to meet her and decided that she really needed to be in an assisted living because she was forgetting to take her pills. She was forgetting to eat. She didn't have enough food in the home, and she was chasing the aides out of the home, so that she was not allowing anyone to help her. So I said to the daughter, she will need, we need to have her move into an assisted living, even though we like to keep people in their homes because that's where they want to be. And the daughter said to me, she will never agree to an assisted living. So after getting to know this lady for a little bit, I realized she liked gentleman friends. And I said to her, I said, do you know that in these assisted livings there are a lot of elderly men that could be very good friends with you? And she goes, you mean there are men there at the ALF? And I said, yes. That night she called her daughter and said, I'm moving to the ALF.
And she did.
And she did. To this day, she's still there. She has many friends, including some men, and she's getting 3 meals a day. And the daughter said to me, you have given me my mother back.
Oh.
And we did get her on some medication, so she's, easier. Her mood has changed. She has made friends, and now she's a mother to her daughter. And this daughter had been dealing with mental illness with her mother since she was a young child.
And often what happens is you get so many medications. Pat, like you said, you go from doctor to doctor, and everyone has the best intention. It is, do no harm. But when you give so many medications, sometimes you end up over-medicating. And when you guys come into the picture, you can say, you know what, this is their MARS, this is their medication list. Let's take a look and see if they really need all of these, or can we help regulate them?
And Dawn, very, very honestly, medications do not get absorbed the same way that they would with you or me, with somebody that's in their 80s or 90s. Mm-hmm. Things are slowing down, so the build-up effect on a lot of these medications happens very quickly, and you wind up with acute situations.
I just want to put my 2 cents in here. This show re-airs in Boston and New York and Atlanta, the northeast region, and it's snowing and bad weather and everything else. And I know that the snowbirds send their parents down here because you don't want them in that environment. It's very common. Don't wait until something bad happens.
Be proactive instead of reactive.
That's right. Even if they give you a call to take care because you have the trustworthiness, the issue, the history, everything going on. You go in and pay a house call and say, hey, how you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
How you feeling? And the whole 9. It's important. It's important that you do this early. Don't wait until decisions have to be made in the hospital. I tell you, one of the scariest things is when they ask you if you have them, what do you call those articles?
Advanced directives?
Yeah. And I said,
Those things that you don't have?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I don't. I said, what does that mean? She says, well, I guess we have to keep you alive. I said, oh, that's good. I ain't got no problem with that. But I didn't know. So you're making decisions, you know, you have tubes coming out of every earlobe of your body. And don't wait until
Well, since
that
you brought
happens.
that up, let me ask you a question about that. While you're doing patient advocacy and all of the coordination of care, if it comes to a crisis situation and you need those advanced directives, do you guys have the ability to get to them if the family member is out of state?
Absolutely.
Right. And we also, when we have a new client, we develop a comprehensive assessment that includes the medical history, the current issues, all of their physicians and their addresses and names, all of their medications.
Legal documents.
And the legal documents. And then we meet with the family and we put together a care plan and say, well, we see that their advanced directives are not complete and they need to have the DNR or the healthcare surrogate updated. And so many people don't understand that they have to keep those documents current. So the families are very appreciative that we are able to jump in and give them the names of some of our local attorneys that work with us, and they're able to get that done.
It makes it easier to
It's
get
an
it
amazing service because if you're a family member out of state and God forbid there's a crisis, and then what do? Then you're in reactive mode. You can't even get here fast enough to get to the papers. You want to get to the hospital. You want to get to your loved one. You only want to be with them. You don't want to deal with insurance, Medicare,
Right.
advanced directives. You just want to know that your family member is okay.
Right. And we have copies of all those documents for our clients, so if they do end up in the hospital, we come with our file and we have all those documents to provide to the staff at the hospital. And many times the doctors are like, wow, we give them a copy of our report where it gives all the history. And a lot of times it'll save a client's life because the doctor can see what the client has been through medically and will know how to treat them in the future.
Even allergies, so many things
I
that are
was
so
just gonna say that.
simple
Yes.
that
And-
when
and-
you're in crisis, you can't tell your doctor you're allergic to.
Yeah.
If you can't speak and there's nobody around you, what are they supposed to guess? They're not going to do anything until they get information.
And unfortunately, the
Absolutely.
senior population is a little more forgetful than we are sometimes.
Listen, I'm senior. I forget all the time.
Yeah, I know.
But the bottom line here is that you're trying to avoid having to make decisions under stress.
Right.
Life is about how you handle things under stress.
Oh, isn't that
That's
true?
what it
On
comes down
every
to.
level, right? For
Absolutely.
everyone.
And entering a hospital is a very stressful situation. I mean, the sniff of a hospital, you're going to change. But if you have a friend who's also in your ability to do the things that you do, and you're not only taking care of this person, you become a friend. You become a voice. So if you're in New York and you're watching this show, or in Boston, Atlanta, take this number down. Give them a call if your parents are living down here.
Your office number, best number, 561-482-8415.
Correct.
You can reach
Or
out to
561-302-6496.
And put a plan together.
and that's
I think
Pat's cell
is
phone. That's your cell phone.
It
So
is.
that's a direct line right to Pat.
Yep. And put a plan together. It's better to be preventive so you know what's going on than to have to make some real hard decisions. And the other thing is that if a family member comes down and their parents go into the hospital and you're there, you're going to help them make decisions.
Absolutely.
It isn't going to be, what do I do? You know how tough it is to make a decision? You know what's the right or wrong thing to do?
That's why you need their advanced directives. And that's really important that you have access to those because what you as a family member want to do for your family, because you want only the best, that person may have said, you know what, I don't want to live this way.
I don't want to be this way.
And this way, legally, you have those advanced directives and everyone is covered the way they want to be covered.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. It's a much needed circumstance in our community, and unfortunately, I've had to learn this the hard way.
But what makes you guys so special is your reputation in the community. Just like the story you said, when the doctor picks up the phone for you and says, I know you have the best intent for my patients, and I will talk to you at any time, and they drop what they're doing, they know it's important. It's because they trust you, and they know you have
Absolutely.
quality of care for your patients, and that speaks volumes.
When I had exams done throughout the hospital, the two nurses, Daniela and Marissa, those two names, I just had to say them. Anywhere I went in the hospital, whatever exam was being done, oh, she's the best. Oh, I got to take her to lunch. Oh, I haven't called her in a couple of days. They all knew. So I was in the best hands possible. And I feel sitting across from you that that's really what this whole thing is about. I mean,
Thank you, Freddie.
it's a necessity. It's no
Right.
longer even choose.
It's not a choice,
No.
it's a necessity.
Well,
It's
Statistically, 10,000 seniors are turning 65 every day.
Wow.
1 in 3 in our community are going to have some kind of dementia or Alzheimer's. We have got to put plans in place to take care of our loved ones from very early ages, not just when they're 65 years of age. So put those documents together. Make sure that they are protected and their wishes are expressed.
And you are a private organization, and you have
Correct.
different levels of care, so you can go in, you'll do an evaluation, and then different services have different price points.
Exactly.
Right. Well, we bill on an hourly situation at 6-minute increments. So, let's say,
I want to do that. I'm going to start billing you at 6-minute increments. Yesterday I got home at
you're not a
Yesterday I got
active
home at
healthcare solution.
7:47 p.m. 6-minute increments.
I'm sorry about
Figure the
that.
math on that one.
yeah. But, sometimes we just have to send a fax or we have to make a couple phone calls and, so it's a very minimal charge. But of course, in situations where they may end up in the hospital or we may have to seek placement for them outside of the home, we have other organizations that don't even charge for placement. They're very good organizations that know all the facilities. So instead of us, charging our client, we transition them to this company where they'll take them around to all these wonderful facilities and find the right facility for them. So, it's just something that we could charge them, but no, we try to be as frugal as possible with our charges, and we try to hook all our patients up with community resources.
Dawn, if you will very quickly look at the business card, Eileen and I put a lot of thought into it
I was
with
wondering about that.
some help of Amber. It's a puzzle for the families and for the people that use our services. And they get very, very mixed up on how they can go from point A to D successfully. So when we put this together, we wanted the red for passion. We wanted people to know that we had a heart, and we will put the pieces of the puzzle together for them.
Wow.
So that card meant a lot to us when
Putting
we
the
put it
pieces of
together.
the puzzle together for you. That's their tagline.
That's really cool.
Sounds like Amber had something to do with that one.
She certainly had the heart.
She's
She
a
de-
very clever lady.
She definitely has the heart, and you guys have the heart too.
Flamingos in the house. It's nice to see that at least you have choices. You have a choice to say I can put a plan together at whatever age.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you're going to be using the plan this year, next year, or thereafter. But if things come along, something happens, you have someone to turn to, someone to talk to, somebody who's a professional in the field.
Right.
They remind me a lot of your father, who's a doctor, that still does house calls.
My dad's doing house calls all over South Florida
Well,
now.
this man, he can barely walk, and he still drives and does
It's crazy.
house
That's
calls.
That's wonderful, Dawn.
But it's just about helping others. It's
Yeah.
everyone has their platform and their gift, and we're fortunate to be able to do it here in our beautiful studio and share the message. And then the other angels we work with, they go out into the field and they touch their lives. And Heather is saying, "Hey, Freddie," she says, "keep our senior loved ones active." So many people we work with in the community are out there touching lives and healing and doing what needs to be done, all for the betterment of people.
Yes, and that's the name of the game. And you got choices, ladies and gentlemen. We've been saying it all week.
As Sarah said yesterday, there are boundaries and choices.
That's right.
Set
And
yours and find them.
that's right, because without a game plan, you have no plan to succeed. Somebody once told me that. Oh, here comes Ken Harris.
Uh-oh.
Every time Ken Harris comes in, I quiver. Get away. All
He's
right.
not coming here, he's hanging with Carol. Let's give out the number again for you ladies. What's your best phone number? Office number?
561-482-8415.
Or my direct line, 561-302-6496.
Do you have a website or information?
We do. www.activehealthcaresolutionsllc.com.
And you work within the Tri-County area or just Palm Beach County?
Tri-county area, and
And
sometimes out of state.
so how do you do
Yes.
that?
We have had a catastrophic state account in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
So much love.
That was an interesting case too. So
You probably think you probably look at all of your cases and say they're interesting on some level.
yeah, it was a gentleman that had a traumatic brain injury from an injury, and he was in a nursing home, and an attorney had asked us to go up and investigate what kind of care he was getting.
Wow.
And essentially, they were letting him lay in bed almost 22 hours out of the day. And so I went in, I met with the staff, and I said, no, you will get him up at 10 o'clock in the morning, you will have him dressed, you will have him out in the lobby, you will have him go to activities. And within about 6 months, this gentleman started to talk,
Wow.
and his family could not believe the change in his cognitive status just because he was out of bed, he was interacting with other people in the building. It was really a miraculous type story.
So you'll go into a facility and work with a client, a patient there.
Absolutely.
They don't just have to be at home
No.
waiting for their next step. You'll go into an assisted living or independent or
Or a
nursing home and help coordinate the care there as well.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And then if they need to transfer placement from one to another, you'll help with that. You have resources.
Right.
So they're like one-stop shop.
Yep.
It's exactly, I'm so glad you said that.
Takes the
because
guesswork out.
we not only are the one-stop shop for the health care, but if they need new appliances, such as Eileen had to buy yesterday, electricians, plumbers, we will leave nothing untouched if it's going to help our client.
Wow.
And they go into the facilities, which is so important.
Very good.
Hour go fast, doesn't it?
I know. We're done.
We are done. Thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you.
Eileen and
Thank
Pat,
you.
it was a pleasure. We have everything on Facebook. You can always give us a call, 800-889-0267 to ask questions. You can give the ladies a call at 561-482-8415. We get you in touch with them directly on their cell phone. Check out their website. Get a plan in place. It's
That's right.
critical.
That's right. Be proactive.
Be proactive instead of
inactive?
reactive.
Oh,
Do you like that?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a shirt.
We have so many shirts to do.
I know.
I don't know if we have any more room around here to hang things up. People
Yeah,
are
we got
commenting on my
stuff coming.
flamingos and my ducks. I have a new duck now from Carol. We now have a nurse duck to join with my unicorn
A nurse duck.
and the flamingo. You know
And a
what happens tomorrow?
What?
I turn 100. Wait till the amount of ducks that are going to be here on set
Your
tomorrow.
birthday's not tomorrow. Oh, yes, it is tomorrow.
Tomorrow is
Oh,
Friday, yes.
Your birthday's like all month.
And my birthday has been the month. You know, I look back on our set and I see the evolution of my unicorns and my wand, and I think, wow, thank you so much, Freddy, for letting me
A
do
duck.
what we do and the way I do it.
A medical duck.
Because there is no one else, I think, that gets to sit on set at their job and love what they do as much with the props that I have.
Well, like I said, there's always hope for those that need it.
You know what they say, build it and they will come, and here I sit with my squeaky ducks.
Unbelievable. Ladies, I want to thank you for coming by
Thank you, Freddie.
to share what you definitely
Thank you.
is necessary and needed, and we will push it forward and talk to other people to make sure everybody is aware of what's going on.
Tomorrow's Fitness Friday. We have Bobby Jackson in the house, Custom Fitness Institute. Heather will give us a call. We have a special guest that works with MMA and kids and anti-bullying.
That's interesting. MMA, kids, and bullying.
Stand up for your rights.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, everyone, have a terrific Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Be kind to each other. And
Don't be late.
there you go. Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today, and even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S. will bring you more goodwill next time. Although today's show was live, you can follow the cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe to rewatch every minute of the show. Call 866-224-5422 to talk with Dawn and Freddy S. after closing, or to leave an order for fun for tomorrow. Have a meaningful day.